Justin?
Here.
Don?
Here.
Owen? Here. AJ?
Here.
And Nancy has had an excused absence. Justin, would you mind taking some notes?
Ocean.
I would accept a motion for approval of today's agenda.
I motion.
And I'll second.
That was, the motion was made by AJ, it was seconded by Don. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That passes. We move on to the Tourism Director report.
Hello.
Good morning.
AJ, Owen, Don, Justin, Ileana. We'll go personal this time
Yeah.
instead of titles. Things are ramping up, things are busy. I was sort of disappointed this week that you missed the opportunity to offer whitewater kayaking through the golf course. Because that was flowing. I
was.
couldn't believe it. As you've heard, there are some delays on resort things opening. Bike Park was delayed, golf course is delayed a couple days. I believe the lake's opening on time and all those activities are rolling. So interest is up in town, things are happening, website traffic's picking up. You've got our new advertising report on the campaign. We've only been launched for a couple weeks, but I'll go over that real quickly with you. Couple things to update you on. We met with Knuckles Brewery, the new brewery in town. They took possession of the property. They actually own the property now as of yesterday. So they've been doing a lot of improvements in there. They painted it, new floors, new decor. The menu will be, if you want to look up Knuckles in Santa Fe, the menu will be pretty similar to that. Good brewery food, pretzels, chicken sandwiches, burgers, that kind of stuff. They backed off the artisan taco idea. So they're going to be more along what they have there. They are going to try to be open by Memorial Weekend for a soft opening. Probably by some community members over there. They won't have a full menu going, but get something going by Memorial. And then be grand opening mode by Balloons. So, and they are working with us. They will be, when we get in our events facility back here, they'll be our draft beer supplier. So at events now, we'll have draft beers, not just canned beers, which would be nice to have. So they're going to be a good party, a good sponsor. They're having some challenges on hiring, like everybody does. We told them about the info boards and all the other places, and told them about some housing opportunities. We also told them to go meet Owen Curry, right down the street from them, to talk to you about, rentals and other things that are available. And they need to know you as a big operator in town. So, Bill is the owner's name. He may come try
Stopped
to
by
meet.
a couple times, but I was out.
Okay,
So-
we'll get you together. But they seem to be really good people. It'll be a nice addition to the community. The bull riding after party has moved to the community center, the bucking after party. Obviously we don't have a tent set up or lawn down, anything along those lines. The turf was approved by village council last night. If you remember, I came to you guys and got permission to spend $275,000 on that project. The turf, when we were talking about a lawn at that time, just the turf that was approved by village council last night was $425,000. So I sort of blew that budget wide open.
It's bigger, though, right?
What?
Bigger.
It's bigger, yes, and it's nice, it's quality. The material itself is a 15-year warranty. It's got a great track record at other facilities that we've seen in other locations. So Rand is pretty confident, and we're pretty confident in who the supplier is we're going for. They'll get it done in June. So we'll be up and running. Our digital sign for out here is actually being delivered tomorrow.
Nice.
And it'll go up in the next couple weeks. But the parts are coming in starting tomorrow. And then I'd like to, real quick, as part of my tourism director report, talk about an event we have coming up for all our committees in the community as part of the comprehensive plan. event. It's in coordination with the APCO weekend. It'll be up at the resort. The village is hosting a town hall event. Mr. Weir?
Well, you can go ahead, you know, I'm running it.
I was hoping for a guest speaker. These guys get tired of me.
I did hand them a document that kind of describes what we're trying to accomplish in time and everything.
What, as you know, we have a comprehensive plan committee that's revising our comprehensive plan that hasn't been done quite a few years.
Yes, sir.
And they are gathering input from all of our committees throughout the village. Park and Rec, Lodgers Tax, Roads, Infrastructure. All those committees are contributing information to the comprehensive plan so they can develop a vision of Angel Fire type of document that we would follow and at least look at on an annual basis. So as part of that process, it's to gather information from the community, make sure the community members are involved and everybody feels that they had some input or knew it was going on, so it's not a surprise coming up later. It's been proposed by the Comprehensive Plan Committee that we do a town hall event, and they had proposed different places and different times to do it. They wanted to do it last month, where the various committees, which is 9 committees, would set up around a room, and the public would be invited in. The goals of each committee would be posted behind the committee on a poster, and people could come in and write little suggestions and put them up on the poster and give them to the committee. So it's a way to get people to provide feedback. I felt that the best chance of getting people to this event, beyond the people that have come to the same old council meetings every time to get new people there, was to do it in conjunction with AFPO weekend. The Angel Fire property owners do their big weekend event. They start with a barbecue on Friday. They do their meeting on Saturday morning. They have a luncheon on Saturday. We are going to be set up at the lodge in the meeting rooms right across from where they're having the luncheon for our town hall. So all the committees will be there. It's a good time. There's a couple hundred people that attend that event that usually don't go to much of anything in town. And the people that go to the AFPO meeting, as I was told by Kaylin Whitaker, the membership director, they are hungry for information on things the resort has going on. And the resort has more going on this year than they had in 20 years, probably. The village has more going on this year than in 20 years. So it's a good opportunity for us to work again with the resort, because we can't work together, and get our information out to community members and build some confidence and some energy behind what we're doing. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's gonna be a big job coordinating all this stuff with all these committees, getting all the information together, getting it all done. Huh, Ileana?
Yes, sir.
It's her and my mission. So that's being coordinated.
When is it gonna be?
It's on the 21st, Saturday the 21st.
Now, what time is the town hall part?
The town hall probably starts right around noon. And so we'll open up, have everybody set up in there by 11. Because they usually come into that meeting a little before noon, go in and have lunch. And they mingle, you know, they haven't seen each other for a while. They tell tales and, you know.
So noon to when?
It'll probably take a couple hours. I can't imagine more than 2 hours.
Okay.
So we'll be represented. Lodgers Tax will look good. We'll represent right.
So we don't need to be necessarily at the booth because y'all will be at our table?
We will do it, but if you could be there, it'd be great.
Okay.
If we could have someone from the committee, a committee chair, a lot of these other committees, it's gonna fall on the committee to get it done, because they obviously don't have as much staff helping them. But, you know, Fire Adaptive would be great to have there, talking about Firewise programs and all these things that'll help the residents gain knowledge about how to work with the village and learn about all the stuff we have going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there anyway.
Yeah. So it's a good opportunity for us to do that. That's it for my tourism director report. Call the next agenda item. Let's keep this moving on.
Okay. Let's move on to
We have a
old
hard
business.
stop on this meeting in case anybody wanted to know.
Old business, letter A, advertising campaign update.
All right. You have, the report we've done before, but the version you have now, on the pages with the graphs, it's got notes. So it takes all that data that's in those graphs and puts it into something we can understand. So that's just, those are for you guys to review, you'll see how it works. We haven't been live that long. We started our campaign on the 23rd of April. First 2 weeks, our paid search, our SEO stuff, they responded directly for summer vacation ideas, family activities, things to do and see in New Mexico, and Angel Fire. And then our paid social, they were focused more on events and promotions. Those are people looking for things to do. Out of home advertising was, and the TVs, the gas stations, those things were basically promoting Angel Fire as a summer destination. Same thing with connected TV. We have picked up a couple new markets. We started to see some push out of Phoenix and Denver. So we put a little money into those, and we're still seeing good followings out of those 2 markets. I think some of it out of Denver, out of that Front Range Colorado market, a lot of those people moved to Colorado to go to the mountains, and they can't get to the damn mountains because I-70 is a disaster. So they're starting to come south.
I'm amazed how many people I see run into from there.
Yeah.
You know,
Because if you think about it,
changed in the last recent years for sure.
yeah, you live in Colorado Springs. You're here faster than you're in Summit County on a weekend.
Yeah.
That's a big opportunity for us. If I were the marketing director of Tahoe Ski Valley, I'd be putting all my money in Colorado. I'd be going after those skiers. Highlights, we immediately picked up website traffic, which was good. We had a good response right away. Booking referrals jumped up pretty good. Right now, we're running about $19 to $20 for a booking referral on our website, which is high. But as we see more bookings come in, that cost per booking will drop. You'll see that number drop. We know the booking windows have shortened up. Owen and I talked about it yesterday. People are booking closer and closer to their vacation time. But we also know people are out in market looking for ideas and doing planning. That's why we wanted to get in there in April. We didn't want to be late this year. We didn't want to miss out on those people planning early. They may book late, but we still want to be an option for them. We don't want them to just think of other destinations as they get to the booking cycle. We want them to know that Angel Fire is open for business. So we've done a lot better job in that. The data starts diving in, you'll see it. We started by driving awareness of Angel Fire events. Felt that was important to get the events and those things in people's minds. We're starting to pick up pretty good numbers on people showing interest on events. Last year, for example, prior to Balloons Over Angel Fire, we had about 6,000 people that showed interest in it, and that's engaging, liking on Facebook, sharing information, clicking in on Instagram, and even responding to one of our digital ads. So we've had about 9,000 people show interest in balloons this year so far. Last year, prior to the event, we had 6,000 total. In last week, we had about 300 people interested in the bull riding event. This week, we're up to 1,200. So you're seeing gains now. You're seeing numbers pick up as we get closer to the season. What we will start doing is drop down the promotion of the events and bring up the promotion of Angel Fire is a great place to stay for a few days. Lots of things to do. Because again, our goal is lodger's tax revenue. So how do I get them here for a few days? The events, activities, all the things to do, book, come up and stay and enjoy yourself. I don't foresee a lot of challenges for us this summer. Some of our other destinations are very worried because of international travel numbers being down. A lot of people are not booking internationally right now, waiting for things to stabilize a little bit. Some destinations are down in bookings because of that. I don't foresee that as being a problem here. We don't see a lot of international travel, unless you call people from Houston international.
Or are people going in to international travel,
Yeah.
leaving here?
So it should be a pretty good, strong year. I'm not gonna dive into all these slides. You'll see the notes at the bottom, that'll pick it up. You see on one of the later pages, so far, we've had 12,500 events response from our advertising stuff. So, that's picking up, that's good. Balloons will be the leader because it's our biggest established event. The other ones are newer and we're having to build interest on those. Any questions on this? Anything you want me to go in deeper on? And it's only been a few weeks.
Yeah, next meeting we'll be able to have more established.
Oh, yeah.
data.
Yeah.
All righty. We'll go ahead and move on to old business item B, event facility update.
On the temporary event facility, we are moving forward. We should have lawn or turf being installed, early June. We'll get the stage will go up maybe as early as next week. And the tent, as soon as that turf's up, the tent will go up on the end of that. I need to have that open by the beginning of July. We need it for the drone show for sure. We can live in Frontier Park in our June events. They aren't that big, you know, we're ramping up. But by July, for the drone show, the Fabulous Thunderbirds and those kind of things, a couple of weeks ago I finally said, I don't care if they play on dirt, we have to have that open, but we're gonna get the turf done. So we're in a better situation now. Electrical's still a challenge, getting the electrician and Kit Carson together. Brandon's pursuing generator options if need be. Restroom trailer's been purchased. Food trucks have shown interest. Now we have to show them pads and hookups and get them to commit. So it's a big job, a lot more than I thought it was gonna be. A lot more money, as you know. But I think it'll be a great gathering point for us and a nice place to start. The skate park, I believe Oliver starts setting up next week.
He's gonna start the week before, so like June 6th, June 7th.
Okay, so Oliver will start setting up the skate park, we'll get that buzz going too. And then, that's it on the temporary one. On the permanent one, we've directed the architects and the planners to go to a one-story, 16,000 square foot facility. Cost savings on elevators in the second story and everything else is immense. If you think about 16,000 square feet, that's a big facility. Red Rivers Conference Facility, the whole building with all the offices and everything is 10,000 square feet.
Nice.
So 16,000 square feet will give plenty of space. We got some architectural renderings yesterday. Had a weird roof line on it. I contacted the architects, they're redoing some stuff now. The facilities, it'll be a nice, functional, big room, commercial kitchen, nice visitor center right there. It will satisfy our needs as a one-story facility and be really nice. So,
It'd be more cost effective.
yeah.
So, you were talking food trucks, are we, talking to our existing food trucks to move over there permanently?
One of them wants
Or
to
new.
move, Smoke Ring wants to move over because they want to be closer to the events. And then there's,
Bomb Streets would be moving back and forth for events, they have that ability, and then we would be searching for more.
we had a lady come in that expressed interest in an ice cream truck. She's supposed to be back this spring to talk to me. I haven't heard it from
We have a
her.
goal, I believe, of 4 trucks.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it on event facility update.
And then we'll move on to item C, summer events update.
Brandon, Come on up here.
All right, events, everything is coming along. We're to the point where we're trying to figure out what we forget, the little things we forget. So we have bull riding coming up in a couple, what is that, a week and a half now? And then we have the Bucking After Party after that, community center like you mentioned earlier. We've got a band for each night where we will have alcohol sales. And then, so that's looking good. And then after that, we have, we move into June, that first weekend in June, the Trails Committee's putting on National Trails Day. So they're gonna have some trails leaders meet up at Frontier Park, sign off on some stuff, and then you'll pick which trail leader you wanna go with, and they'll have like a hard, medium, easy trails to go take. So that's happening, I believe that's June 7th, Saturday, June 7th. Then the next weekend is our big one, balloons. So we've got the pilot reception with sponsors on the 12th. And then 13th, 14th, 15th will be balloons. That Saturday, mimosas on Main will be going on. You want to talk about your Porsche thing?
Yeah, Saturday, we have one other thing we've added to the balloons weekend. Roadrunner Porsche Club is coming up. So far we've got 20 Porsches committed and 40 people coming up. We'll do a car show on Saturday afternoon of balloons right after mimosas. Love a little parade down into Fire Boulevard to a car show at Frontier Plaza. Got some music in there.
Yeah.
Just something to fill that Saturday afternoon in. And the goal with this Porsche group, this is a club that's out of New Mexico, and they do their big, every other year they hold a conference in Santa Fe. It's called the Fiesta, the Porsche Fiesta, and it draws about 400 people every other memorial to this 3-day event. They're looking for a new place to do it. I've been to that event, I'm a member of the club. We're doing this as an introduction to these people to try to get the big event, which would bring in 400 cars every other Memorial weekend, and have a nice big Porsche event on Memorial weekends on a regular basis. So this is sort of our pilot program on that. But everything's going well. The resort's been super helpful on everything they need, and it's coming together well.
Yes. And then Sunday, we'll have balloons again, and then I don't believe we have anything after balloons on that Sunday. Monday afternoon, which we're to the 16th now, we'll have kites and gliders that afternoon, which that's a holiday, so not as much going on. And then the rest of the week through Friday, we're gonna have kites and gliders, Monday, Tuesday, and then we'll have a movie night out at the hangar, out at the airport hangar. We're gonna have, it'll be a show, so that'll be fun. Huh?
Yeah, I thought it was real.
Yeah, no, well, the wrestling is real, maybe the ending's not. Okay, so we're excited to have the drone racers come in, and that's building up to have an actual drone racing league race next year. We're thinking next Memorial weekend, we're gonna actually have where a drone league's gonna come, both drone leagues, indoor and outdoor, is gonna come into town and put on actual drone races that count toward their league points. And we'll have that become hopefully will become a yearly stop for the drone racing league. And then into Saturday, which we'll have our aviation expo on Saturday. We've kind of gone away from calling it a fly-in because it's been very tough to get people to commit to flying in. Definitely the military with all the budget cuts and stuff this year. So, but I do know we're going to have a good group of civilian pilots come in. I'm being told that people from Oklahoma, Texas, and some groups in New Mexico, civilians, could be coming in. I haven't even told Greg about this because I found out about this last night. And along with that, we'll have a bunch of things going on at the airport that day. We'll have kites and gliders outside. We're going to have indoor drone racing. We're going to have we're going to have a drone zone where we're going to set up a big tent, or not a big tent, maybe like 10 by 20 with sides on. and we're gonna let people go in there. We're gonna have these little indoor drones that they can go in and actually fly drones. So where people can kids can try it out if they've never flown one before. So should be a fun little area. Along with that, we may have a couple of speakers. We haven't really decided on that yet. So yeah, a lot of things planned for Aviation Expo and Airfare Week that combines with our balloons. And then, what date am I on? June. So then we'll have cool summer nights for a few weeks, and then we go into 4th of July. We've got the big drone show. We've got concerts, music in the park, all kinds of stuff scheduled for 4th of July, along with the parade. We're going to start getting that put together. Hopefully everybody will want to be in that. And then the next week we'll have Blues Fest. So we've got 2 bands on Friday night, and then we'll have 3 bands on Saturday afternoon. Right now, I believe I probably have at least 4 breweries who will be there. I'll get multiple food trucks. Everybody's excited to be a part of that. So it should be a great time, and hopefully all that's at Liberty Square Park. Then 2 weekends after that, 26th, 27th, we've got the Skate Festival, which I didn't even mention the skate park. The skate park will be going 8 weeks from June 13th or 14th up until, it's not the 27th, but it's the week after. So like right around the first weekend of August. It'll run all that time. But our Skate Festival, Oliver Bradley's put together a great list of music. It's going to be a great time. They're going to put on demos, all kinds of stuff going on that 26th and 27th of July. Moving into August, we have, of course, Cool Summer Night still going on, Farmers Market still going on, and then we have our Labor Day weekend big event. I'm working with Marcus. I'll get with Marcus again. I just ran into him earlier. We're going to get together this Thursday or Friday and kind of hammer down what the events will look like there. I've already put together a couple of concerts for the afternoons and the evenings for that, where they are going to have a lot of events going on during the day and then end with a concert. So, and then going into Oktoberfest in October, we've got our band, got the Lederhosen Junkies coming for that. We'll have multiple breweries this year. We'll have food trucks. We'll have multiple games. So that event should be a huge ramp up.
What dates is that one?
It's October 4th and 5th. It is on the events calendar now. We thought it was out there the whole time, but I got it put on there yesterday. Yep, October 4th and 5th. So it'll be the evening of the Saturday and then kind of a mid-afternoon for the Sunday.
Awesome.
And then we'll have some other stuff going towards the end of the year. But yeah, pretty full schedule. Any questions?
Great job.
Thank you.
Busy summer. We'll go ahead and move on to, thank you, new business. Eagle Nest Fireworks Grant Application Discussion Approval.
As you know, Eagle Nest has done a fireworks display for quite a few years. It's a big draw for the Moreno Valley. It's prior to us having the drone show on the 5th, it was the only thing that happened up here, except maybe some parades and Red River and other things. So the Eagle Nest Fireworks has been a big event. I was asked by the mayor of Angel Fire to consider supporting it. Contacted Frank and the people at John Pollard, and who else would we contact? Who else was initially in the contact? Anyway, John's here today from Eagle Nest. They've applied for $10,000 in support of the fireworks display. It does round out our weekend. As you've seen, there is a stream of cars that comes back from Eagle Nest to Angel Fire after this event. We have quite a few more lodging options here than they do in Eagle Nest, so we get the lion's share of that lodger's tax money over that weekend, and it's a nice thing to help support the Eagle Nest Chamber. Is it the chamber that does it?
It's a chamber, and the village as well.
Okay.
The chamber it is a chamber of commerce event.
And Yeah, come on up and,
Okay.
John.
I'm John Pollard, and I'm currently Vice President of the Eagle Nest Chamber of Commerce. We recently had 2 resignations from the chamber. The president and the treasurer both resigned. We were told initially that last year that Angel Fire had earmarked some money for the fireworks, but the chamber failed to go request that. So the entire event last year was funded by the village of Eagle Nest. So this year I'm trying to step up and make sure that we at least request it. As you know, like Greg said, there's a lot of people that really enjoy that, and we appreciate so much you even considering, you know, donating it, because if not, then we've got to go to individuals and businesses to come up with that other money. And right now, it's very hard for us, you know, over there. So, but, and as you said, the way they estimate, the only estimates that we have on how many attend are based from the input from the state. The state park says that entire area is filled up to more than capacity. They estimate about 2,500 right there at the park, and then talking with the sheriffs and the deputies and everything, they feel that there could be another 3,000 to 5,000 vehicles easily out on the roads and stuff like that. So that's the only way that we have, because we don't charge, so there's no admission or anything like that. So, but that's what we're asking for. And I'm also kind of on behalf of the village, because the village has to pay for the fireworks. The chamber's not able to, you know, purchase them from the fireworks company. So I also serve on the beautification committee, chair at the village, and then also the economic and development committee. So
How much does the event cost to put on?
this year's 20,000. Last year was 17,000. Like I say, last year I think, except for about $500 that we collected, was the village of Eagle Nest paid for that. So this year we're thinking that we could, 20,000, make it just a little bit bigger than what it was last year, but it's basically the same show. And then if we get any other donations, then it would be a bigger show. In the event that it's canceled because of fire or whatever, the fireworks company, we just get a credit for next year. So it's not like that it would, you know, be for naught. We don't have to store the fireworks or anything for the year or anything like that.
And with the Colfax County burn ban, would they still allow it to go off?
Yes, they still allow it. The only thing, in 2022, at that time I was president of the chamber, and then with everything that was going on in Mora and everything, we just felt it would be in very poor taste to be holding a fireworks event, you know, in the event that it was, you know, powder dry and everything. And then of course, once we canceled it, then we got the rains right before, and then,
We could have.
yeah, so, but that's,
Well,
you know,
yeah, same thing.
yeah, we just, you know, and this is, at the time that the chamber was down to basically me at the time, because after COVID and everything, we had some other people that moved out of the area, and then just finding other people that would participate was just really rough. But we just felt that it wouldn't be right to be holding that event as dry as it was, even if it was just right here. So anyway, that's what we're requesting.
Anybody else?
I think it's a great event. I think it's a tradition, and I talk to people all the time that come here for it. It's special. It's a great fireworks display, and I think it's worth every penny for us to help and invest in it. So I'm all for it.
And the chamber doesn't make anything off of that event. That money goes straight for the fireworks, just for clarification. So,
And they can be seen. You have no idea how many people are watching it, because, you know, we can see it all the way from here. You know, so a few of the, you don't have to be very high here in the village around, but I've been at people's houses where we can see the fireworks from all the way from here pretty easily.
great. Okay, well, thank you very much.
Nancy isn't here, but she asked me to read something. She just, the proposal for the 10,000 for Eagle Nest concerns me. We're not going to help Nancy Birch in her bull riding event because she was outside the village limits. Wouldn't this be the same thing? Also consider the lodger's tax should stay in Angel Fire to promote our July 4th events and our drone show.
Actually, we are supporting Nancy Birch quite substantially in the bull riding event.
Yeah, I was just reading
Yeah.
And I think that's a legitimate concern on her part.
Yeah.
But I also, through the feedback I've had and the number of people I come into contact with, it's a part of our village as well, this show, I feel.
It sort of makes 4th of July. And there is no money to be made. It's not a revenue source for them in any way, shape, or form. It's not like private enterprise. It's a community trying to do something for a community and asking their neighboring community for some help.
Is this the first time that Eagle Nest has asked for?
I think they asked last year, but it never followed through.
Oh, okay.
It never happened.
And I believe in previous years that Angel Fire had donated back whenever I used to deal with treating. And at that point, and I don't know the numbers, it seemed like way back then it was maybe 3,500 or more, something like that. And then the village of Eagle Nest would do the same amount. And then the rest of it we picked up by private donations.
And I'm sure the cost over the last 10 years is
It's
probably doubled.
since I've been here. We bought the marina, we own the Eagle Nest Cabins and Marina, my wife and I. And since, I've been part of the chamber since even before we bought that, but they doubled. We were spending 10,000 just a few years ago, so.
Everything else has too, let me tell you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Does anybody else have any questions? Well, then I'd entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the request.
I'll second.
Okay, and you have that names. And then, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye, it passes. Call this meeting adjourned.
Thank you, gentlemen.